Hello everyone, I'm Parikshit Saikia and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CATalyst. As you all are aware, this month, the month of January, we have started another new initiative. An initiative which we believe will help you crack your IIFT exam. So every day this month, right, I'm going to come out with a set of very important must-do questions for your IIFT. Questions which have repeated multiple times in past papers, and these are definitely ought to be solved before you actually go and attempt your IIFT paper. So 100 most important LRDI questions for your IIFT. Okay, and so make sure that you see me, watch me live for the next 15 minutes. And as always, the first thing I'm going to tell you, give me 5 seconds to ensure that I'm streaming live before we get started with today's session. Okay, I think we are streaming live and we are good to start. A small notification at the start. There are new batches starting on Unacademy, right? 6th of January, which was yesterday. One batch started an advanced level score booster batch. Then you have the 8th of January, which is tomorrow. An absolute weekday morning batch starts. And if you are interested in a weekend batch, there is also a weekend batch starting from the 9th of January. These are CAT 2021 batches. In case you are interested in full A to Z preparation and wish to do well in your CAT, make sure you subscribe to these batches. You can always use this code, right? You will get 10% off on the subscription fee by using this referral code Parikshit Saikia. Let's get started. Okay. Now, one more thing. The Unacademy Combat is also scheduled every Sunday, right? So the next Unacademy Combat, it's a wonderful competition with a lot of prize money, is scheduled on the 10th of January, 12 to 1 p.m. You look at the first prize, the second prize, third prize, and 4 to 100. So these numbers, these prizes should actually encourage you, right, to enroll for these competitions. Who knows, they might be just meant for you. And also we have got personal interview, knowledge for your interviews, right? For those of you who have got IM course, there are knowledge batches starting, right, on Unacademy, January 7, 4 p.m. So for everyone, whether you are a CAT 2021 aspirant, whether you are an OMAT student, whether you are need something for your interviews, we have got something for almost every one of you. To view these classes, you can always use this code Parikshit Saikia. Okay, you will get 10% off. Also on the screen, you see what you see is my schedule for this particular week. Like tonight, 10 p.m. we have a doubt clearing session. So you can go through the schedule. But remember, there are 2 classes absolutely free. I am starting a new initiative from tomorrow. Every morning 8 a.m. right? We are doing LRDI in YouTube. And every morning 8 a.m. absolutely free. We'll have a quant session for your IIFT. Previous year and mock questions for IIFT, right, will be solved live. So make sure that these are free classes starting from tomorrow every morning 8 a.m. okay, on Unacademy. Make sure that you join me live. Okay, and tomorrow evening 6:30 p.m. also there is a free class, revolutionary method to solve DILR case lists. You register as a new user, use a new mobile number which have not been registered before. If you do that, you can view a lot of classes for absolutely free using the invite code Parikshit Saikia. Let's get started. Okay. A very interesting caselet, a very unique way to solve, I will tell you. Okay, this is a previous year question from the IIFT and a very easy one, provided you know the shortcut and the smart way of solving this question. Let's get started. The table given below provides the data about the GDP. GDP is gross domestic product, PCI, per capita income, and LR of 120 countries surveyed in the year 2019. For any particular value of GDP given in the first column in the table, the corresponding value in the second column gives the number of countries whose GDP is more than that value. Similarly, read data for PCI and LR. So what is PCI and LR? Literacy rate. It is also known that among any 2 countries, the country with the higher GDP always has higher PCI, which is the per capita income, as the higher literacy rate. Now let's take a moment, understand the table, okay? Understanding the table is very important because as you see in the exam, there are 3 questions on your right? On the right side, there are 3 questions. So if you understand the table, you will get all 3 correct. So let's take some time to understand the table. Let's look at the first figure. Let's look at the GDP. You know what? GDP is, the number is 100 billion and number of countries is 150. What does it indicate? There are a total of 150 countries whose GDP is greater than 100 billion. You get the point? Similarly, let's take another number. Let's say 500. So you know what? There are a total of 500 billion. There are a total of 90 countries. You see the corresponding number 90. There are a total of 90 countries whose GDP is greater than 500 billion. So it's very simple. What you need to know is how many countries have GDP greater than that number. Similarly, look at the per capita income, PCI. Let's take 14. What does 14 indicates? In thousands, right? 14,000. So PCI of 14,000. How many countries are there? There are 68 countries in the world whose PCI is greater than 14,000 and so on. You can read the same for LR. Let's say 90. Literacy rate of 90. What does it indicate? There are a total of 20 countries in the world whose literacy rate is greater than 90%. So it's very easy to read the table. Now let's look at the questions. Now before that, there is one more line given. What is that line? The line says, it is also known that among any 2 countries, the country with the higher GDP always has higher PCI and higher LR. Meaning, if the GDP is great, if the GDP is large, even the PCI will be large. So as an example, you see the higher GDP is 1000, greater than 1000. How many countries? 18 countries. So it means these 18 countries will also have the highest PCI of 20 and highest LR of 90%. You get the point? So anyone who is higher in GDP, imagine them to be the rich countries of the world, they will have higher PCI as well as higher literacy rate. So I think you get the point. Yes? Okay. Now let's look at the questions. What is the, look, I'm at question number A. What is the number of countries whose GDP is more than 400 but PCI is not more than 12,000? So question number A, what does it say? GDP greater than 400, okay, but PCI is not more. So basically not more means less than equal to 12,000. You get the point? Perfect. Now let's draw this. So the easiest way I would say is to draw a figure. Okay. So how many countries are there? Remember, there are 150 countries. So let's rank them. Country 1, country 2, country 3 and so on. Country 4, I'm ranking all the countries. And the last country is country rank 150. So this is, let's say, the richest country of the world. Richest. And let's say 150 is the poorest country of the world, like Pakistan. Okay. Now let's take it. Country rank 1. Country rank 1. So how many countries have GDP greater than 400? Can you see? Go to the table. How many countries? 104 countries. 104 countries. So remember, 104 countries of the world have GDP greater than 400. So let's draw a line. Top 104 countries. Remember, obviously, I will draw the right line from the rich side. Rich countries of the world have GDP greater than 400. Now remember, why did I stop at 150? Because there are a total of 150 countries that they have mentioned in the question. Now next they say PCI is less than 12,000. Less than 12,000. Now have a look. How many countries have PCI greater than 12,000? Remember, the number that you see is greater than. These are all numbers greater than. Right? Greater than. So this table is for greater than. So 80 countries have greater than 12,000. But question is asking just the opposite. Less than 12,000. So how many countries have less than 12,000? The remaining countries. Which are the remaining countries? 150 minus 80. 150 minus 80. Remember, total there are 150 countries. So 150 minus 80, 70 countries. 70 countries have per capita income less than 12,000. Which 70 countries? Rich one or the poor ones? Obviously the poor ones. So I'm going to draw a line from the poor side. Which ones? 70 countries. Which 70 countries? Bottom 70 countries of the world. So leave aside the top 80 countries, the remaining. So I can start with country rank 81 to country rank 150. Correct? You follow this? So it means question is asking which countries satisfy both the conditions. So you just need to look at the common part. You just need to look at the common part, right? Common part. So what is the common part? This is the common part. This is the common part. So what is this common part? 81 to 104. So how many countries are there? 24 countries. Answer is 24. You get this? Answer is 24. Get it? So you need to look at the common section. The common section. I hope you understand that. Perfect. Let's go to the second one. Let's go to the second one. Right? Okay. Question number 2. Okay. What is question number 2 saying? GDP more than 800. So question number 2B. Okay. GDP is greater than 800. PCI is more than 12,000. So greater than 12,000. And LR is not more than 70%. Not more. So basically less than equal to 70%. Correct? Okay. Now we can draw a table. We can draw a table. Let's start. So let's imagine the countries have been ranked. So this is country rank 1, country rank 2, 3, ... And this is the last country 150. Obviously the country rank 1 is going to be the richest country like the United States. And country rank 150 will be the poorest country of the world like Pakistan. Yes? Let's start drawing the figure again. GDP greater than 800. How many countries have GDP greater than 800? Can you see? How many countries? Let's look at the number from the table. 52 countries. 52 countries. So which countries are these? Obviously the richest countries. The top 52 countries of the world. So draw a line of length 52. 1 to 52. Correct? Next. PCI greater than 12,000. Which countries? Obviously the top countries. The richest countries of the world. How many of them are there? 12,000, right? So if you look at 12,000, how many countries have PCI greater than 12,000? 80 countries. 80. Can you see this number? 80. Right? So again, draw a line. The top 80 countries of the world. 1 to 80. Perfect. Next. LR less than 70%. Less than 70%. Now be very careful here. They are asking less than. But you know what? What the table is giving you? The table is giving you the numbers. Again, if you read it, corresponding value in the second column gives the number of countries whose GDP is more than that value. Oh, so when you look at LR, this number, if you see this number, right, I need to look at LR less than 70%. So come to the table, 42. What does this 42 give you? LR greater than 70. Greater. But question is asking you just the reverse. Less than. Okay. If you need to find out the less than, which one? The remaining countries. Leave aside the top 42. Which one? The remaining. Which are the remainings? Country rank 43 onwards. Rank 43 onwards. So 43 to 150. 43 to 150. Just draw a line. Trust me, this is the easiest way of solving the sum. You cannot get an easier way than this. Got it? The question is asking you, give me the count of countries which satisfies all the three conditions. So which one? This one, right? So if you look at this, the common part is this. The common part is this, right? So which is it? Country rank 43 to 52. How many countries? Remember, you don't mark it as 9. It's 10. 43 to 50 is 8 plus 2. 10. So your answer is 10. You get this? Answer is 10. Any doubt? Any doubt? Got it, right? Perfect. Let's go to the third one. Let's go to the third one. This is a very unique way of solving sums, and you can get a lot of answers correct if you are able to do it this way. Let's go to the third one. Let's go to the third one, okay? Okay. Let's go to question number 3. How many countries are there such that their GDP, so let's write down, say GDP is more than 200. So let's write down GDP greater than 200 but not more than 700. So GDP is less than or equal to 700. Not more means less than or equal to. LR more than 20%. So greater than 20%, but not more than 60%. LR is not more, so less than equal to 60%. Yes, I need to draw a table now. Correct? Let's draw the table. So let's start. Remember, I'm arranging the countries. So let's say this is country rank 1, country rank 2, country rank 3, country rank 4, and so on. And the last country is country rank 150. So country rank 1, which is that country? The richest country of the world. Let's assume that to be the richest country. Country rank 150, let's assume it to be the poorest country of the world. Correct? Now let's do it. First one. GDP greater than 200. How many countries are there with GDP greater than 200? Let's look at the number. There are 129 countries with GDP greater than 200. So let's draw a line of length 120. So 1 to 120. Correct? No problem in this. Next, GDP less than 700. Less. Now have a look again. Look at the number 700. Perfect. But what does 63 give you? Remember, it's giving you the count of countries whose GDP is greater than this. Greater. So how many countries have GDP greater than 700? 63. But question is asking you just the reverse. Less. Less. Not a problem. So it's the remaining countries. Which are the remaining countries? Country rank 64 onwards. Why? Because 63 are greater. So the remaining is from 64 onwards. So 64 to the very last. Remember, there are last total of 150 countries. So 64 to 150. Correct? Next. This has been taken care of. Next. LR is greater than 20%. Greater. So let's go back to the number. LR greater than 20%. How many countries? 126 countries. Obviously the top 126 countries in the world. So you can start rank 1 to rank 126. Rank 1 to rank 126. Correct? Not a problem. And LR less than equal to 60%. Less than equal to 60%. Have a look at this one. Perfect. Remember, what does the table give you? Greater than numbers. Greater than. So how many countries have LR greater than 60%? 50 countries. But the question is asking you just the reverse. Less than. Okay. If it is less than, so which countries? The remaining countries. So which are the remaining countries? From rank 51 onwards. Why? 50 countries have LR greater than 60%. So the remaining countries is from rank 51 onwards. 51 to the last. Last is 150. So 51 to 150. Now question tells you, give me a count of all the countries which satisfies all these conditions. So you need to look at the common region. Which is the common region? Out here. Out here. The one out here is the common region. Right? So which is this common region? 64 to 129. 64 to 126. 126. So how many countries? 63. 63. Answer is 63. None of these. 63. Remember, 64 to 126, including 64 and 126. Correct? Get it right? Perfect. Okay. Now let's take the questions. Vaibhav is asking, this will take a lot of time to solve accurately in actual exam with time pressure. Vaibhav, I do not believe so. The reason is very simple. Probably you are doing it for the first time, right? But once you practice it, this becomes very easy. Okay, there are two reasons. Reason A, once you practice, this is not going to take time. Reason A. Reason 2, the number of questions, remember this is a LR set. Unlike a quants where there is a one question. In LR set, you would have multiple questions. So this particular set has got 3 questions. If you are able to get them correct, you know what? You will get 3 of the questions correct. And remember the cutoffs in every section. There are cutoffs in every section of the IIFT and there are very low cutoffs. Very low cutoffs. You might solve 2 such caseless and your cutoff in IIFT LR is cleared. LR is cleared. You get the point, right? So it's very important that you solve such questions, you know such techniques, because once you practice once or twice, it becomes easy. And second, there are 3 questions. Third, cutoffs are low, you are able to solve it, you clear the cutoff. Just read 1 or 2 such questions. Correct? Got it. Perfect. Anything else that you wish to ask in the live comments before we break? And remember, I have decided that we will come out with a set of free initiatives. So tomorrow morning, okay, 8 a.m. onwards, 1 hour class I'll be taking on IIFT 2021. Remember, in Quants we are in your YouTube we are doing LRDI. So what I have done is, in Unacademy, right, for a 1 hour Quants session for IIFT, daily we'll solve previous year questions, mock questions, every possible question till your exam. So make sure that you join me live from tomorrow morning 8 a.m. onwards. So 8 to 9 we'll solve Quants on Unacademy, okay, not in YouTube. Unacademy, you need to log into Unacademy. You can join in as a first time user, okay. If you join as a first time user, these classes are all free. First time user means with a new mobile number which has not been registered before. If you do that, you can use the code Parikshit Saikia, okay, with a new mobile number which has not been registered before. In that case, you can use the invite code Parikshit Saikia and join me free from tomorrow onwards, morning 8 a.m. 1 hour IIFT for Quants, IIFT Quants, 8 to 9, and 9:30 will come live on YouTube for LR. So 1.5 hours almost daily till your IIFT, and I think you can easily clear the cutoffs, at least when it comes to the LRDI and the Quants section. Okay. So thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on Unacademy and 9:30 a.m. on Unacademy YouTube channel. 8 a.m. will be Quants and 9:30 a.m. on YouTube will be LRDI, both IIFT. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Stay safe.